I'll show you how it's done. Shazam!
Hey guys, how you doing? Welcome back to our channel here at Underdeveloped, where we cover everything movies, television, and all things entertainment. And today we have another movie review, and this one is for Blue Beetle, the DCEU. I don't know which part DC, but it's a DC movie. Okay, so Blue Beetle is directed by Ángel Manuel Soto. He's a Puerto Rican film director. So a Latino film director directing a Latino superhero movie. I love that culture. Blue Beetle, I mean, it's based off of the Blue Beetle. If you know what the story is about, you know, if you read the comics and whatever else.
Jaime was introduced in this book.
Infinite Crisis, cool.
Yeah, Infinite Crisis.
Yep. Yeah. So Blue Beetle is, well, Jaime's version is, I mean, Xolo Maridueña. I liked him as Blue Beetle.
Yeah, I thought he did pretty well. I think it's probably like he's not like the greatest actor in the world, but I think he did pretty decent here.
Yeah, I think it was good casting. I think this was the right role for him.
Honestly, I thought the family was both the strongest and weakest part of this movie.
Yes, I agree.
Because there were a lot of great moments with the family. They're like great comic relief. They always giving out a bunch of laughs. But with that being said, a lot of times those laughs could get in the way of some serious moments the movie's trying to convey.
This movie's very toned up. That's easily the biggest problem with this. And it is kind of absurd. Like, some of the plot stuff is kind of absurd. It's kind of recycled. It's a generic origin story.
Yeah.
But it does have other aspects of it that is different from other films. Like, it's big on, like, the Latin family unit. You know what I mean? The Latino family unit, even though it's kind of exaggerated, and they did serve a lot as comic relief, they did also play a pivotal part in, like, the climaxes.
They did.
Not climaxes, but the family does play a pivotal part in when it comes to like the resolution and climax of the movie. You know what I mean? Like, because they all kind of work together to save Jaime. You know what I mean? And, you know, to save the day. It wasn't just about Jaime, it was about the family. You know what I mean? And I like that, because usually it's all about the main character, you know?
Yeah.
Like, they all really support each other, like how a Latino family would do so. Because Latinos are very supportive of one another.
Yeah.
Like, they get, even for strangers, like that's why Latino, like, pop stars or whatever else, they get so much clout, because, like, no one supports their fellow man more than Latino. The Latino community is very fucking tight-knit. They very supportive. They always champion. They always work together. Like, you know, that's why I love them. They're big on family and support, man. So, like,
yeah, that's why I think Jaime's family has always been that way.
It's always with them. They was with them through every moment. When he first day of his job, they all came together in one fucking van. That's how they move. And this captured the overall culture of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Susan Sarandon, I mean, she's a good actress, but this is obviously not one of her better roles. It's like a whatever role. Yeah. I do like Carapax a little bit as the villain, even though he does seem kind of Power Rangery at times. Like,
honestly, I thought he was kind of whatever.
I mean, I just like his look overall. You know what I mean? And I thought he was menacing, but they didn't do much with him.
No.
Everything that went wrong with him was the writing. Because a lot of times he does feel like a cartoony Dragon Ball Z kind of villain.
He is. He's just...
But I kind of dig it a little bit. You know what I mean? I thought he was a menacing presence. I did think he delivered some decent fight scenes. And I liked the ending of what they did with him. But yeah, they just didn't do too much with him.
Nah.
So the villains overall quite easily the weakest parts of the movie.
Yeah, they're fine.
Oh yeah, pretty much throwaways. I thought Jenny Cord, played by Bruna Marquezine, I thought she did a fine job.
She was good, but the thing is, like, her setup was so rushed.
Yes.
Like, she's like immediately giving Jaime her number.
Yeah,
they immediately set everything up really fast.
Yes, that was the setup. The setup was pretty contrived, like seriously contrived. Like,
yes,
like literally like barely a conversation, and it's like, yeah, I'll take your number down. I'm just like, I'm a daughter of a fucking billionaire, you know what I mean, and my family has clout. I'm just gonna give this random kid a shot that I don't know. It was so back when I watched the movie, I just assumed like they knew each other from like college or some shit. I don't know, because I'm like, how else are you gonna have that kind of like knit, you know what I mean? Or maybe he kind of already spoke to her before because he worked at the same place, but no, that was his first day working there.
That was the first and only day working.
So none of that shit makes fucking sense.
Yeah, it does.
So the movie has a lot of stupid moments too. A lot of the movie lacks logic, you know, and that's easily the weakest part. And the movie's tone deaf. So that together brings down the movie a lot. But overall, it still is a good time.
Yes.
It still is the version of Blue Beetle that I want to see and I would like to see in future versions. I wish the movie took itself a little bit more serious and got more into the lore of the Blue Beetle. Maybe we say that for the sequel. I don't know. Yeah, I love George Lopez. He shows you why he's a legend in this movie. He carries a lot of this movie on his back.
He's the funniest person in the movie.
Yep, of course. Obviously, that's what, I mean. He is the comedian of the bunch, and he puts a lot of this movie on his back for sure. And he also does shit too. He creates technology. He serves a purpose.
Yeah.
They make you care about him almost as much as the main character, almost.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah. And the sister was cool, even though I felt she was a little tone deaf too.
Yeah.
But overall, she's alright. She's not bad.
Yeah. I think I feel like most family members worked better as a unit than as individual characters.
Other than George Lopez.
Because they're really not. Because other than George Lopez, they're really not
maybe
individual
the grandmother.
characters.
George Lopez and maybe the grandmother. The rest of them works better together as support, which is fine because that's how it really is.
Yeah, and that's how families always have been. It's always you usually see most of not all of them together at once. It's been a constant thing in the comics. It's here too.
Yeah, this may be the first DC movie this year that's probably worth watching.
Yeah, honestly.
Even more, it's definitely better than Shazam.
Yes.
I mean, Flash, I did enjoy Flash, but Flash's graphics really, so that's when it's like the production side of it really hankered the movie, because that graphics, the effects really was shitty.
Thankfully, Blue Beetle looked way better.
Yeah, Blue Beetle looked way better, so I'm automatically giving Blue Beetle a step up from Flash.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this movie's like, I'll say this movie's probably like a 70, 69.
Yeah, I'm thinking that too. I think flat 70 is the perfect score, to be honest.
I think 70. Write that down. 70. Shown on screen. That's what we're giving it.
Yeah.
I think I was giving it a 67, but like when I first saw the movie, but now that it's settled, I'll be a little nicer. 70.
Yeah.
But this movie does have a lot of problems. So, but that's why it's getting docked 30 fucking points.
Yeah. But that being said, if you're looking for just a dumb, fun action movie that's like family moments, or maybe if you're just really into Latino culture and want to support Latino-made movies, then
absolutely,
those are entirely good reasons why I can recommend you watching this movie.
Yep, it's one of the films that's worth watching. I hope. Sorry, he got caught in a shitstorm of the whole regime change at DCEU, but I hope he actually makes the cut and we see more of his
Yeah, I hope
character.
So. I mean, and given all the good buzz people have been saying about this movie, because a lot of people, it
has
been mostly positive.
Buzz.
Yeah, so I think he just might. I
think the score ain't in the 90s or nothing, but it is relatively getting decent scores.
Yeah, it is generally much higher regard than the last several DC movies have been.
Yeah.
So
the last high rated DC movie I think was the first Shazam. No,
maybe the Suicide Squad.
Oh yeah, because Shazam came out before. Yeah. So it's the Suicide Squad. That's probably the last good reviewed DC movie.
Yeah, one of the very few.
Flash was meh. Flash got like a high 60s,
which is fair.
It was like which is what that movie I say deserves, bro.
Yeah, it could have been better.
Yeah, I mean the graphics upgrade alone would probably put this in the high 70s.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
But thankfully, this has worked.
Because that movie actually wasn't bad,
no.
It just, I mean, it was interesting enough. It just, yeah. But anyways.
But yeah, with that being said, folks, that has been our review. Please make sure to like and subscribe button and go out and see good movies in theaters. Support your local movie theaters and all that stuff.
Absolutely.
Yeah. With that being said, we'll see you next time for more movie reviews, more reactions, and more other stuff.
Later, guys. Have a good one.